Hello! Welcome to Fairy Channel, our magical story world. Are you ready for an adventure full of surprises and a very special princess? Today, we're going to hear the tale of the stubborn princess, a brave but a bit naughty girl named Alice who learns a very important lesson. So cuddle up, get comfy, and let's begin our fairy tale journey together. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there was a kingdom filled with peace and beauty. In the heart of this kingdom stood a grand castle where a beautiful princess named Alice lived. She was the only child of the king and queen, and because of that, they gave her everything she ever wanted. But while Alice was kind, she was also quite stubborn. She didn't like being told what to do and believed she always knew best. Sadly, the queen passed away early in Alice's life, which made the king love and spoil Alice even more. He wanted to protect her from every danger in the world. One morning, the king had to leave the castle with his royal advisors to attend a neighboring kingdom's emergency. Before he left, he looked at Alice and said gently, "My dear, please stay inside the castle. A storm is coming and it could be very dangerous outside." Alice nodded with a sweet smile and hugged her father. "Yes, father, I promise." But as soon as the royal horses left, her smile turned into curiosity. She whispered to herself, "Just a short ride. I won't go far." With her golden hair flowing in the wind, Alice rode her favorite horse into the wild. She had never been beyond the castle gates alone before. She saw rolling hills, tall trees, and birds flying high. It was breathtaking. After a long, thrilling ride through the hills and woods, Princess Alice spotted something she had never seen before, an ancient, majestic castle hidden behind the trees. Its tall towers pierced the sky, and golden lights glowed from its stained glass windows. Her heart raced with curiosity. Although the sky had already turned a soft purple and the sun was slipping away, Alice couldn't resist. She was about to turn back, but suddenly the grand doors of the castle opened. A handsome young prince stepped out, dressed in a velvet cloak with a golden crown resting gently on his dark hair. "Welcome, princess," he said with a charming smile. "This is my castle. We are having a grand feast tonight. Please join us." Alice hesitated for a moment. She looked up at the sky. Dark clouds were gathering, and a storm was surely near. Her father's voice echoed in her mind, "Do not leave the castle while we are gone." But the prince's smile was warm, and the music that spilled from the castle was enchanting. She smiled back, forgetting her worries. Just for a moment, she thought. Inside, the castle was glowing with golden chandeliers, walls lined with jewels, and long tables full of the most delicious food. Sweet melodies filled the air, and beautifully dressed dancers twirled across the marble floor. The prince held out his hand. "May I have this dance?" Blushing, Alice nodded and took his hand. They danced and laughed, and the crowd clapped in joy. She felt like she was in a dream. But as the music reached its highest note, something strange happened. The walls began to flicker, the chandeliers dimmed, the delicious food turned to ashes. The prince's face twisted into a wicked smile, and in a blink, he vanished into black smoke. The crowd disappeared. The magnificent ballroom crumbled. Alice stood alone in a dark, cold hall. But just as Alice turned to run, the doors slammed shut behind her with a thunderous bang. The air turned icy. Shadows slithered across the floor. The walls whispered her name in 1,000 voices. Alice backed away, heart pounding. The witch stepped forward, her red eyes glowing brighter. Her voice was no longer just a hiss, it thundered like a storm. "Did you think this was a dream, child? Did you think you could ignore the warnings and dance your way into danger without paying a price? With a wave of her hand, mirrors appeared all around them, each one showing a version of Alice. One crying and lost in the woods, one trapped in a cage, one turned into stone. "These are your fates if you stay foolish," the witch growled. "You wanted adventure? Now face the consequences." The black vines lunged at her again, faster this time, sharper, twisting like serpents. Alice stumbled, nearly caught. But then she remembered something her mother once told her. "When you feel lost, let the light inside you guide the way." With a burst of courage, she pulled a crystal necklace from under her dress, her mother's last gift. It glowed with a warm, golden light. The witch shrieked, shielding her face. "No, that light does not belong here." Alice held it high. The light burst outward in a blinding flash, shattering the mirrors and burning the vines to dust. The entire castle shook. Cracks split the walls. The floor crumbled beneath her feet. But the princess wasn't just beautiful, she was brave. With quick thinking, she grabbed a torch from the wall and flung it toward the witch. The flames caught her cloak and the witch screamed in rage. Using the moment, Alice dashed toward the doors, threw them open, and jumped onto her horse. The storm had arrived. The wind became stronger. Rain started to fall softly at first, then harder and faster. Within minutes, a big storm surrounded her. Alice couldn't see the path back. She called for help, but no one answered. Her fingers were frozen, her lips trembling. Meanwhile, back in the kingdom, the king suddenly felt worried. He knew his daughter too well. "I fear she may have gone outside," he said. He immediately returned home and, upon discovering she was missing, gathered his guards and lit torches. Together, they searched through the stormy night. After hours, they spotted a little figure by the cliff. It was Alice, shivering, soaked and sobbing. She looked up, saw her father, and burst into tears. "I'm so sorry, Father. I should have listened." The king didn't scold her. He wrapped his cloak around her, held her close, and said, "What matters most is that you're safe." Back at the castle, after the storm had passed, the king invited the entire kingdom to a celebration, not just for the return of the princess, but to honor her bravery and growth. During the royal banquet, Alice stood up, her voice soft but clear. "I want to say thank you to my father for never giving up on me, and to my mother," she paused, touching the glowing crystal necklace, "for teaching me that the light inside us is stronger than any darkness." From that day forward, Alice became more thoughtful and wise. She learned that listening to those who care for you isn't weakness, it's strength. Sometimes, love sounds like rules, and that's okay. And so, the stubborn princess became the wise princess, and the royal family lived happily ever after. Thanks for watching!